Hey guys, what's up? And welcome back to uh, the Brad Zone. I was gonna say the Let's Listen series, but uh, eh, I don't know if this series really needs a special introduction. Welcome back to the Brad Zone, just in general. I'm glad you're here. Um, I'm in the middle of editing a video. As you can see, I have made no edits to this video, and it's been 37 minutes, so that's going great. I got bored. I was watching some guy react to music again, and you know what that means, folks. Every time I do that, that means that you're gonna get a Let's Listen video, because I always get excited about music when I watch those. Today we're gonna do something a little bit interesting. We're gonna be taking a look at one of my favorite artists, not his full work, because that would take so long. We're looking at primarily DOKURO with a very special little cameo from Nothing World slash Meta Room slash I forget who the second party of Nothing World is. I'm so sorry. Anyway, I also don't quite know what the etiquette is for their music. I know I won't get copyright struck, but also I did a bunch of like looking around and I couldn't find any definitive statement on whether their music was okay to use. So what I'm gonna do is ask forgiveness and not permission, because I feel very anxious about reaching out to people for a YouTube channel that I don't even do professionally. And we're just gonna be hella respectful, and we're going to stop and start all of these songs to comment on them as usual. I would recommend listening to the song first. Oh my god, I can't believe my phone just buzzed. I can't believe it. I can't even believe it, actually. I can't believe it with my whole heart and soul and body and mind and spirit. Soul and spirit, are they the same thing? Let me know in the comments. So, the video that I was watching was a guy reacting to a Bloodborne music, actually, which is something that I want to do on this channel. But last night, I was actually geeking out over a different type of music, and that's DOKURO slash Nothing World music. And the only reason that Nothing World is in here is because one of the DOKURO remix, like one of the Dokuro songs is a remix of RAVE, their most well-known song, probably. I'm just assuming that because I know about it and I don't know any of their other songs. Anyway, today we're going to be listening to some very experimental, really breakcore-ish. I hear say experimental. Not all of them are breakcore, but like electronic, fucking awesome music is what I would call it. I would call it electronic fucking awesome music. So yeah. There's only 5 songs today, so it's a bit of a short video. Just wanted to check to see if I was still recording, but I am. And yeah. So I have these just in chronological order, save for Wormrave, which is just sort of shoehorned in the middle here, just to prep us for Wormrave Dokuro remix. They're in chronological order by upload date. So yeah, I will say there are a lot of connections between Descent and the Plummet. So maybe we should listen to those two together, but we're not going to. I highly encourage you to listen to those back to back. There's a lot of similarities that I really did not pick up on at all the first time I listened through. So yeah, as always, we're gonna start off this video a little bit awkward, and as we go, we're gonna get into our commentary stride. This first one is called False Paradise. It was published in July 12th, 2020. And just so you know, DOKURO has explicitly stated that anyone can use his music with credit. And I'm not even really using the music. I'm also not like just reposting. Hopefully that's not what this is considered, but I really want to, I don't know, showcase it because this is some of my favorite music around. I've been obsessed with these 5 songs for the past like 3 months. And yeah, without further ado, I guess, let's jump into False Paradise. So instantly it just sort of like drops you in, just boom. And this whole first track really, it really feels like like a Kirby remix almost. If y'all haven't, you'll quickly learn, if you haven't heard DOKURO's work before, that he's a master of weird-ass rhythms. Ooh. I'm a big fan of weird rhythms, if you can't tell by this series. Hold on. It like pulls back and then slams you back down again. But this whole, I'm gonna pause it. This whole song feels kind of like a Kirby remix or something, because Kirby's got some kind of trippy, weirdly good music that's like mildly sinister underneath the surface. If y'all ever not like checked out a Kirby soundtrack, you should do it. Like for real, try Kirby 64. That's a good one. That's a good soundtrack. But like just this like this that's really good. And then there's of course the drum and bass like kind of thing. It's just like a lot of video gamey samplings, it sounds like. I actually don't know that for sure. I love that like clapping sound effect that they add to the rhythm. It's just one guy. And they pull it back. It's just like such like a groove type beat. It's so good. DOKURO is also really talented at creating these very interesting harmonies. And then there's like a little breakdown. The bass drum kicking in. Love that like synthy solo. And then it's back to the familiar rhythm. And we're like on the like surface of Jupiter or Uranus or something over here. I think Uranus is like the commonly... Are those clouds? Oh my god, that's footage of clouds dyed blue. I didn't even notice. Then there's part hits. This part fucking hits. It like all pulls it back, slam. It like completely shifts key from like kind of weird to like more major key, celebratory, and it kicks into this dance rhythm. Again, those claps are like freaking pulling this whole shit together. At that part, it's like a fucking Matrix scene where like something flies past you. And then it like gently drifts back down. So we're already starting off strong. And these are very roughly ordered from my least to most favorite. Favorite's like an absolute term, but my least to most favored, I suppose. Which should tell you something, because that song fucking rules. Sorry, I had to get some water. But yeah, this first song fucking slaps. It goes from this weird kind of spacey but like vibrant vibe to like almost celebratory. Or at the very least, it really just comes to a fever pitch at the end there. And trust me, the more we go down this list, the less you'll think the word fever pitch is appropriate for this first song. I really love this shit. Obviously, that's why I'm showing it off, because I do truly love all of these songs. So next up, we've got Descent. This one takes it a bit slower, but I'm a big fan. Starts off with these clapping. It's a very not plotting, but like, it's got a forward rhythm. And obviously, like, the solo, like, not solo, but like the soprano-ish synth is like really good. Hold on, we're not ready to move on to the next section yet. And then it's got like really good like walking. The percussion really feels like it's like walking, and that might just be because DOKURO made like a song. It's not a song. What is it? What is that rhythm game where you're like, it's like you're like two squares that are like walking? Hold on. It's on his channel. He made one for each of these for a while. A Dance of Fire and Ice, I believe, is what it's called. A Dance of Fire and Ice. And he made a couple of custom maps for these songs, not for RAVE Remix, but for the other three. Yeah, there's three. So maybe that's where I'm getting this walking forward motion to it, because that's like what you do in the rhythm game. But I really think just beyond that, it's like, I mean, the song is called Descent, right? Like, you are descending, you know, either mentally or physically, and I think it's good at showing that. I love this 3D art that DOKURO used during this era of this like past like 2 years. These glass structure songs are fascinating because he just made them for like background music for update videos, but they're very interesting. They could be very interesting, especially like, I think red and like yellow are really like intense. They're like very shocking. Like, I think they sort of became an artistic project beyond the scope of what he intended them to be. Anyway. Another thing, the final thing that I want to really emphasize about this opening section is the guitar. The guitar chords that he strikes there. Every like 2 measures. And that's the kind of DOKURO chord, as I call it, that he really uses a lot. And then, as you can hear, the beat really switches up. And I'll shut up for a second. And now it's focusing on the electric guitar rather than the synth. Remember that part for when we get to the plummet. Really, like, once makes you want to throw your hair down. I love rhythms like that in metal. And there's like that... Hold on, we're ready yet. There's a... Along with the low electric guitar, there's a high-pitched one. And then it all evens out. That's like... That sequence... Pixie, not now. That sequence that's like... And again, we have the... Hold on. That whole... That is very important to these two songs. And another thing I just noticed about this section, beyond, you know, the beautiful guitar strums that are, you know, kind of a staple of Dokuro's work, in my opinion. And I forgot to mention this earlier. Dokuro is the composer of the Calamity soundtrack for the Calamity mod in Terraria. So if you recognize some of his stylings, then yeah, that's by far his most well-known work. You know, in a good and bad way. Terraria fans, especially pertaining to Calamity fans, can be a bit much. I feel for the guy. But, yeah. These... I don't know what to call these chords because I'm not a music theory expert, but they really speak to me, and I consider them a staple of his work, or at least his recent work that I know of. And so a thing that I noticed besides those was this listen. It goes bum 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 bum. It like goes back. It like sort of stutter steps at the bottom there, and then it goes back up rather than jumping up and then running back down. Do you know what I mean? It runs down, stutter steps, runs up. Which is interesting. I never noticed that. And then it kicks back in. Ooh. And I don't know if you can hear this very well, but the little droplet kind of instrument synth, it's going fucking crazy on this part. Just like try to listen and hear past the drum set and guitar and really like hone in on it. It's doing the same thing but faster there. And then we kick back into the chorus. It's like, ooh, and again, the that like chord strumming electric guitar, it's doing like a counter melody. Listen. Hold on. I need to get that down for a second. All right. So like, listen. Like, really good. All of these parts like working together here. The drums going fucking crazy, of course, but that's like the first thing you notice about this section, so I didn't really mention it. And then the drums get into this like really pounding rhythm. And then back to the original. It's like almost a representative normalcy, this walking along. And then it ends with that ba-da-ba-da-ba. So yeah, really complex, but like not, Descent is very complex and smartly composed, I think, but not really as prominently as False Paradise. False Paradise, it sort of hits you with it, where you're like, oh, this is a weird composition, right? Whereas Descent sounds conventional, but like you can tell that there is a lot of depth to it. Like, I really feel like DOKURO like put a lot into this song, and you'll see that a lot with the plummet too. I think the plummet is the most beautiful thing that's ever been composed, and I'm only kind of exaggerating. But before we get to that, let's take a little break and pull up to the worm rave. I really hope this doesn't get my channel in trouble. I don't think this will get my channel taken down or in trouble at all. I just don't want to disrespect the artist's wishes without knowing it. So, hey, we'll get to you. Here, one moment. Okay, yeah, on their channel, Mafti and Freddy is also known as Meta Room. Yeah, Mafti and Freddy, if you don't want me to do this, seriously, let me know. I will, like, re-upload and record this whole fucking video just for y'all, okay? Because your music's that good. I only know one song, I'm sorry, but I do actually really want to check out more of their music soon. Hello, DOKURO. So, yeah. Let's check out Worm Rave. And this is where we get into like the breakcore kind of shit. If any of you are really into Machine Girl, I think you're gonna like the next two songs. 3 even, I would say. I'd say if you like, you'll like the next 3 songs. But especially the Worm Raves. So let's check this shit out. I don't even know how I'm gonna analyze this one. Oh, we've got a nice little visual. It's like, it's establishing itself here and adding new rhythms. Cute little break there. This song really plays with the absence of sound. I don't know what this is called in the, musical composition world, but some songs really work off of it's like this, like, like this inverse beat almost, where it's like the absence is very loud. It's almost like a suction in your ear. And this song makes use of that somewhat. Like that part. This part. I talked over it. That part, yeah. And then here we got this, like, sort of clapping. And then the break. And then a secondary melody. And vocals. The vocals. Fuck, this song's such a weird little jam. That high-pitched synth going crazy back there. Meanwhile, the percussion's just getting more and more layered and crazy. And then fucking beat drop shit. I love the little haze. Really video gamey sampling in this. And then it does this little like piano thing. This very echoey, weird shit. Ghostly. And it laughs at you as it fades away. Oh shit, we're not ready yet. We're not ready for the remix yet. So yeah, very dense. It's a very dense track. As I said, this is why I really want to fucking check out their music. I might actually do that after this video if I don't, you know, just go straight to editing videos again. But this like building part where it just like really fucking, it really like is like the fucking rave section here. And then it fucking like breaks down. This is a song that I've like hurt my head to, just like thrashing myself around before. Really, really fucking hot, like intellectual shit here, I think. Like these rhythms are strange, you know what I mean? Like this is some inaccessible but fuck it's good kind of shit, you know? Like I've showed this to my mom before and she didn't have much comment, which means that I don't think she liked it, but she did like the little hey sort of sample in there. Yeah. And then it like all goes from like this almost threatening like dance party into like this it's very video gamey kind of like piano that just like sort of fades and echoes away. And then one last laugh. Beautiful. So that's the slow version of this song. And the DOKURO remix is fucking crazy. As seen by the increased spinning rate. Again, I had to check to see if I'm recording. Is this what hyperpop is? I really don't know what genres mean anymore. I'll be honest with you, I'm old. I'm at the ripe old age of 22. I don't know shit no more. Rave remix. We're going to really... We're gonna see a lot of DOKURO staples in this. Weird rhythms, and one that I haven't mentioned yet, but we'll get there. Here we go. Of course it's faster. And then this pulse sing like. And then it kicks into, again, kind of Kirby-ish, like rhythm. Very video gamey. Some classic like breakcore shenanigans here, of course. And then we repeat, but with an extra beat. Some shit that you really want to like slam your head around to. And then it drops out to really feature this synthy solo. Ooh, that fucking rhythm. And again, listen to this like almost inverted rhythm. Listen. It hits you with this ba, and then it like sort of like goes away again. It's like ba 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 ba. I can't do it with my voice obviously because it's like a synthetic effect, but like listen to the, pay attention to how quickly the sound dies before the next note hits. It creates this sort of vacuum of sound that your brain doesn't really know what to do with. You like feel what I mean, right? And in some songs that absence can be painful, but Nothing World and Dokuro really do good shit with it. Of course, we got that manic little synth. Oh, fuck, we gotta talk about that transition. Where it goes from, where the crazy little synth goes from like a sort of a finale to this part and transfers into like the meat of the next part. And that fucking beat kicks in. Distantly you can hear the haze. And then this fucking crazy bastard! Oh my god, he took the piano at the end of the song and turned it into its own segment of the song, thus lengthening it. Fucking... Oh my god. This shit's it's the most hype shit of all time. And it cuts out and then slams back down again. Classic. The rhythm simplifies. It's a little more conventional, but like solid. And this part. This is the second Dokuro staple that I was talking about, where, you know, interestingly for a staple, it hasn't appeared in the other songs that I've mentioned to you, but the use of these beautiful, like almost jazz piano breaks in an otherwise chaotic song is something that really pops up a lot in the Calamity soundtrack, and is something that I know Dokuro is quite fond of adding to his songs. And it's really beautiful, the stark contrast that happens between, it's the same rhythm, but the difference between this part and then the complete softening. It's just so classy. It was like at the beginning. That part, it's so beautiful. It's really so fucking beautiful. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry during this next song, I know it. Oh my god. The Plummet is a song that I respect so deeply and emotionally that I want you to listen to this first. Before I go into it, I want you to listen to this song and then listen to me talk about it, okay? Because I don't want to, just play the song with no commentary. That seems like a little Obviously, it's easier to go to the source to listen to the song than my video, like 30 minutes in. But again, I just don't feel comfortable listening to this song with no commentary. But I think you should. And pause the video. Okay. So you're back, right? You've listened to it? Good. That shit was crazy, right? Okay. Well, give me a chance. Let me talk about this. And hopefully some of my comments will make you appreciate this a little more. And if you already appreciate it, first of all, great taste. Second of all, hopefully it'll help you understand it a little bit deeper. I don't obviously know all the ins and outs of this song. I didn't compose it, and I don't compose anything. But I do listen to this song a lot, so I have some shit to say. I'm hyping myself up a little bit. Anyway. This is the best song that DOKURO has ever composed. And not in a, oh, he's peaked, but thus far, this is my favorite and the most complex and unique thing that I've heard in a very long time. So, and this is why he's one of my favorite composers, is because of shit like this. And I haven't even started it yet. I'm hyping it up too much. So we're gonna get into this before I really hype it up beyond all, beyond like any like I'm hyping up too much. You're gonna be disappointed or something. I don't think it's possible to be disappointed from this song. Let's get into it. Immediately, we recognize something from Descent. From the first song is how this one starts off. And then it goes fucking crazy. Again, that high guitar that we recognize from the first song. And then this fucking section. I love these rhythms. So obviously you hear the that kind of melody from the first song. I think that's the same. Hold on. Yeah, I have Descent pulled up, so we can directly compare these. Sorry. And then the ascending guitar. So we've got that. So we've already talked about the melody of this part. First of all, there's of course the like pulsing like of the melody, but just like not melody, but of the rhythm. But really like pay attention to this rhythm, because this is a very fucked up and strange rhythm, and I love it. And then it comes into its own here. Ooh, did you fucking hear that, like, harmony? And then the song just sort of, like, lets itself sit and almost decay and warp for a second. And it slams back in. Corrupted audio file. And here we have the DOKURO staple of the fucking piano solo. Of course, with like the most insane like drum and bass rhythm that I've ever fucking heard. I have to sip water because I'm talking so fast and excitedly that I'm drying myself out. But try to focus on the rhythm, and then we can talk about the melody. It's such a fast and complex rhythm that I can't even like mimic it. Meanwhile, you know, now we can talk about the melody. The piano is which with this like very complex up and down, descending and ascending on the keyboard, you have these like swelling like string instruments. Like, they're not really string instruments, but they sort of serve the same purpose if this was like an orchestra. They're like a backing chord. It like opens it up. Fucking crazy rhythm. It's literally like getting punched. And here we come to this. This is the plummet. This is the titular plummet. Where it just speeds up and up and up and up and up. Like beyond what it even seems capable of. And then fucking the meter switch. We have to talk about it. I'm so sorry to cut you off. I'm so sorry to blue balls you, but we have to talk about it. Where it keeps going from this. It goes from the 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. It's like 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 1 2 3 4. And then it just fucking slams you with this 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. Like this shit makes me want to slam on a wall. I want to punch through drywall. Oh, it cuts out. Ugh. Not to mention the heavenly synths right now. That ba ba da 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 da, which is, as we recognize from Descent, at this part. Right? And in the plummet, it's Again, with that genius little break in there. Where it goes just for 1 second, and then it goes really good. This is concussion music. And again, the rhythm really... It just like goes fucking crazy. The fucking descent. The plummet. You're still falling. I have to emphasize how we're like still in this like 4/4 time that it's switched to, and then at the end it switches back to the triplet rhythms. Listen, like it's going like it's like right, and then it switches. Listen. And then this part. Oh. Oh. After all that, it just completely empties out. There's like this, it really just makes you feel like you're floating through space after such an intense song. This peace and like harmony and tranquility, but it's like, I don't know, at what cost? Like, are we the same person after that song? Are we really? 64, 65, 73, 63, 65, 6E, 74, the plummet is the most cerebral piece of music on the planet, I believe. Now. And then it just cuts out to this dead wind. Ferrofluid is the, it's an alternate artist name for DM Dokuro. That's like, Ferrofluid does a lot of more intense, like, emotionally dark compositions, where DM Dokuro like does like video game soundtracks and that kind of thing. It's just like one of his like artistic personas. But yeah, that is 6, 46, 57, 36, 36, 56, E74, the plummet. This, I believe, is hexadecimal for descent. So it could just be like descent to the plummet, like, but I just call it the plummet. I feel, hold on, I need to collect myself. Like, it's just fucking perfect. It's beautiful. It says so much in 4 minutes. You don't even notice that 4 minutes pass. There's a lot of songs where each minute feels like it drags on forever, and it's not this song. The plummet is something really special. And Dokuro is a very humble man. He really doesn't like to be talked up as like a genius or anything. So I really hope he doesn't see this and get upset at me for singing his praises so heavily, because it's like, of course everybody has, you know, flaws, but like I don't love every single one of his compositions, but the ones I do love are some of my favorite like music of all time. And I don't know. I really do think that he has worked very hard for the things that he has made. You know, I don't really want to say talented, because that, I don't know, I guess it assumes he's born with it. I don't really know. But whether he was, you know, whether he has a knack for things, or whether he just has a lot of really creative ideas that he has worked very hard to be able to produce, I really love the end result. And I'm just like a huge fan. It's just so good. It's like this whole song is tension, and then you're finally allowed all intensity, all action, and then at the very end, the exhale, the sigh of relief, this resolution. And the chords that he uses are just so... Shit. I made it through the first listen through. There was enough stopping and starting that I didn't cry, but now I'm like really tearing up right now. Shit. It's such an effective piece of music. And yeah, I just have a playlist of these 5 songs because I don't know. None of them are on Spotify except for RAVE, the original. But none of the DOKURO songs are on Spotify. And you know how Spotify treats their artists, I don't really blame them. They are on Bandcamp and SoundCloud. What the? This might help. Interesting. So yeah. Dokuro is a Patreon. I'll have a bunch of links in the description for ways that you can, listen to this music, where you can support the artists, all that shit. But other than that, I suppose we're done here. I really hope that you have enjoyed. I hope I said anything insightful, and if not, then I hope you enjoyed just like listening to some cool music with me. Again, if you want to listen to these, I highly recommend you check out the original videos, just because I'm stopping and starting so much that you can barely hear the way the song works as a whole, which I think is really important, because of course there are like, little sections, but the way listening to it in one go is like an unparalleled experience, I believe. Especially for these last 2. I know RAVE, it's not like an emotional masterpiece like the Plummet, but it fucking rules. It is like such a good one. That one's the perfectly crafted song to hype you the fuck up, and I appreciate that. And this one's the perfectly crafted song to make me personally cry, so I respect that as well. Yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I've taken almost an hour to discuss 5 songs, a total of about 15 minutes worth of content, and I'll see you next time. Bye.